what's going on? This your boy KLA Clyde Wanderer about to give it to you once again on this Sunday evening. I have the lovely Dr. Donita McCants-Prepti.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk with you.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm always available.
Yeah. What are you a doctor of, if you don't mind me
I
asking?
am a veterinarian.
Oh, a veterinarian. Okay. How long you been a veterinarian?
10 years.
10 years? Oh, okay. What made you want to be a vet?
I want to be a vet since I was little.
Oh,
Typical dream for most kids, but I just kind of followed through and saw it to the end.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
What you treat the most, like dogs, cats, or
Yeah, so
all
I'm a
of them?
small animal veterinarian, so I see dogs and cats.
No, okay. Yeah. Wow. All right. Yeah, I seen you on Instagram and you caught my interest because you're a doctor and you're now were you born here or are you from Haiti?
No, no, no. My husband is Haitian. I am African American,
Oh,
so I am originally from Georgia.
oh, okay, okay. Yeah, because I
Yeah,
see the
I'm from
name.
Atlanta. Yeah,
No,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
cool. That's cool.
yeah.
That's cool.
So
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
adopted the Haitian heritage as an extension of with him.
Yeah. Have you been to Haiti or
No, not yet. Not right now,
no?
from what
Okay.
it sounds like. Yeah.
Yeah. I know some parts is nice, some parts it can be
Not
a little
safe right
crazy.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. But shout out to the Haitians out there because,
Yes, to the Zoes,
I know growing up, the Black Americans and the Haitians, especially in high school, they used to clash with the Titans.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what he tells me all the time. It was rough,
Yeah,
but now it's more accepted, so that's good. That's
yeah,
wonderful that it's
yeah.
more recognition for Haitian Americans.
So you guys are like bodybuilders. Y'all train together.
We don't usually train together all the time because we have different training splits, but we'll go to the
Yeah.
gym together. But yeah, he also is more bodybuilding too, but he's not competitive.
Oh, okay. How did you get into bodybuilding? Through him?
I got into bodybuilding from my stepdad. So I went to a show with him and watched him go through his first bodybuilding prep in 2018. So that was my first time watching that process and just seeing it firsthand, watching him go through the whole thing.
Mm.
So I thought it was really cool, interesting. And then when I went to the show, I was impressed because I didn't realize that there were different categories and different sizes with women and things like that. So it definitely introduced me to the world and the opportunities. And I was like, hey, there's girls and women that look like me. They're not all like small or different sizes. So I thought that was pretty cool. So that's what piqued my interest into diving a little bit into that world. And I started to get a little bit more interest, but I didn't really go hard into it until 2020.
Okay, okay. And this is was your stepdad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, all right. What did he what division was he in?
He did classic physique
Okay,
and he did men's physique at the time.
okay.
So he was trying to see where he would fit in at that time.
What was training like for you for your first show?
My first show, when I first started bodybuilding in 2020, my division didn't exist yet. Now I'm a wellness competitor, but at that time I was training for figure because my shape was I was not built for like bikini. I wasn't small enough frame for that.
Yeah.
But I was starting to train for women's figure. And then
Mm,
eventually months pass by and then yay, wellness comes about, and then that's when I started to adjust my training and my style to wellness because that fit more into my body and the way I was naturally shaped, because I was already kind of bottom heavy and I had a smaller up top, so that worked well. And I was like, yes, this is the great division, that came over from Brazil and from South America. So that was really cool. But yeah, getting ready for my first show was very taxing. I lost 70 pounds for my first show. So it was definitely a lot of hard work. It took me about 7, 8 months to get to that stage ready look. I
Yeah,
still
that's great.
wasn't as lean as I could have been because I was super new to bodybuilding. I probably still could have lost like another 10 pounds or so to be lean enough for the stage. But hey, I was super proud of how much work I put into it. I was super new to it. That was my first time on stage, so I was super happy with the package. But this time around, I haven't been back on stage. I wanted to make sure when I went back on stage, I was bringing a super competitive package and I was going to win.
Now, this was like the NPC.
Yeah, that's NPC. Yeah, that was in
Yeah,
2021 June.
yeah. Like I just this weekend that passed, I went to a NPC show, and
Okay.
they had fit model,
Oh yes.
wellness and bikini. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Yeah, Fit Model's new. That's a new division this
yeah,
season, which is really great because it's kind of like a starter spot. Like if you don't
yeah,
have a lot of muscle, but you really want to get into bodybuilding. I know there's been a lot of controversy about it coming
yeah.
in, but I like it. I think it's great.
It's
Especially if
not
you
that
don't want to
bad.
be that
Yeah,
big, you want to
it's
just kind
yeah,
of stay small, or you want to have an entry level into the sport.
yeah,
Of course, it's there's lots of reasons why the shows are longer and this and that and all of that, but I think it's good for the sport, and the girls are still just as conditioned and they have to work just as hard. It's not like it's an
yeah,
easier category. They still have to work as hard.
yeah. Some people just didn't get it though, because there was somebody behind me, and they was like, "I don't get it." Like it was a lady too. She was like, how much?" Like she was like a trainer, and she was saying that, "How am I train them? Like it's not gonna
You
be
train
much for
them
me
the
to."
same way you train everyone else. You train them like bikini, but the difference
Yeah,
is they don't have the muscle bellies yet.
yeah,
So it's just like an entry level into bodybuilding. Like a girl may not be able to do fit model if she already has too much muscle. So it just depends on how much muscle she has. Like I've seen a lot of people recently, like a lot of weight loss people, like weight loss transformations, they don't have the muscle. Like for me, I might have been able to do fit model back then because I didn't really have the muscle bellies yet. So I probably
mm,
could have been fit model at that time because I wasn't big enough yet. I didn't have much muscle. So I think once people understand like it's there as like an entry level
yeah,
option, then they'll understand. It's like you're not as hard. Yes, you have to be lean, but you don't need like lines or anything like that.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I mean, it's not a big deal because I was looking at it. It's like it's almost like bikini a bit, like
Yeah.
the
It's like
physique.
they call it old school bikini, like because it's like
Yeah,
the old school bikini poses and old school bikini look. But it's like what it's literally what it says, like fit model. Like in the magazines, you see like the lean, with the bikini and things like. It's literally what it looks like,
yeah.
without all those lines and stuff.
Well, we could look at some pictures. This is you, and like, what was this like your first competition
That was
or?
my first and only competition. That was in 2021 June,
Okay,
in Orlando. I was so proud of myself, Lord.
so you took a break.
I took a long, yeah, I've been in off season
Oh,
for the last 4 years, going on 5 years. So
no,
this June that just passed was the anniversary of my first show. I didn't purposely take this long of a break, but honestly it was the best for me because I had to readjust my mindset and my
yeah,
mentality because that first show definitely took a lot out of me,
mm,
and I didn't really know a lot about the sport and like all the post show stuff, like the bloating and the weight loss and the mental anguish and the body dysmorphia, like everything that people talk about. I had all of that. Like I had all
yeah,
of it. So it took me a long time to really get back into the right headspace and really decide if I really wanted to be competitive with bodybuilding again, because I wasn't really sure, because I just had a rough first show experience. So I'm excited, because it took me some time, but in 2024 I really adjusted my mindset and decided, like, okay, I still love bodybuilding. That's what I had to come back to, the realization, like, I really do still love it. Now, okay, what do I need to do to adjust my mindset and my headspace so that I can do this the right way? Because you can eat the food, you can do the workouts, but if your mindset is not where it needs to be, like, it's just going to be really, really hard. And I think once I fix those issues, all of the other things going to went away. Like, the food issue, people always complain about, like, oh, I don't know, how do you eat the food and this and that and everything. Like, but once you're like locked in, then it's not, that stuff is so secondary. But that took me a long time. Like, that took me until in the last year to really like lock in on that mindset, because a lot of times we'll be in our head about it, we'll be thinking about like other competitors, or like, oh, I'm not good enough, and all of that negative self-talk honestly is what pushes you farther and farther away from your goal. Like, that's what I realized for myself. Like, if you are not in the right headspace, competitive and trying to get ready for a prep is just going to be very, very, very hard. So I just wouldn't recommend it until you're really in the right headspace.
Yeah, it's like mind, body, and spirit.
Everything has to be like right
Yeah,
here, like for real. Like, it's
yeah,
just like peace. Like, some people are like, oh, I'm not in a good place, like with my life. Like, that's true. It's not even an excuse. Like, if your life is not where it needs to be, trying to go through a prep is just honestly like not worth it. It's not worth it. So just waiting until things are in a better place. Like, people do it all the time where their things aren't perfect and you still go for it, and oh, I had a rough prep. Yeah, you could just go through and have a rough prep, but like, why? Like, just put everything in alignment with where it needs to be and it'll be
yeah,
smooth.
yeah,
So that's where I am now, finally.
yeah, yeah. So this was on your first show. Yeah.
Yes, yes. That was that was the final lineup with everybody. Three of those girls actually are pro now. The three in the middle
Mm-hmm.
all became pro like a couple years later. A few of them are on the pro stage now, but a couple of them have taken a break. So yeah, it's cool seeing those videos from before, because now I look back and I'm like, oh, she's pro, she's pro, she's pro. I'm like, okay, it's my turn. You're taking too long.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
but I mean, I've definitely put on the size. Like, when it comes to my category, honestly, taking a long off season is better than just going for it, show, because a lot of it just requires you putting on enough size, especially for wellness. Like, you have to really have enough quads, have enough glutes, have enough hamstrings. And sometimes I get a little annoyed that it took me so long to get back to the stage, but the amount of muscle and size I put on, that's not something I could have done overnight. Even if I did a show, took a little short off season, the amount of size I put on would not have been possible if I like did a show, took a break, did a show, took a break. Like, I really did need, like, a lot of girls are taking like 1 and 2 and 3 years to really grow the
yeah,
way they really need to, especially for this category. If you really want to do wellness, it takes time to grow into it. Like, it really does. So I am thankful that, I didn't go back and forth and like burn myself out with a million shows. Sometimes I get a little sad, like, oh, I should have, woulda, shoulda, coulda. But honestly, I'm proud that, I did what I need to do for myself and my life. Where then, like, now I'm like, oh, this package about to be fire. Like, I took time, so I'm excited about that.
yeah. Well, we got a guest. His name is James Henry. Prepsi is a wonderful, gorgeous, and black queen, and keep up the great, fantastic, amazing work.
Oh, thank
Yeah,
you. Thank you. Thank you.
yeah. Like like how's your workout routine like?
Right now, my split is 3 days on, 1 day off.
Yeah.
So I kind of switched it to doing hams and glutes first because that's my weakest area that needs to get leaned out because I'm a black woman and it's hard to get us leaned out. Our bottom half is always last.
Yeah.
So I've been working hard on hams and glutes first of the week, and then I'll work on my upper body, light upper body. So if those who don't know the category, wellness, upper body, you do upper body, but you don't want too much upper body because if you get too big, then you're not in that category. So it's the only category where you're asymmetrical with your sizes. So
Mhm.
upper body is lean, like bikini, small, like lean, nice capped shoulders, things like that. They do want to see like your delts, your rear delts, all of that popping nice. You don't really have to have like actual abs or anything like that. Just want to have a nice tapered small waist. And then mainly the big focus is your lower body, like your quads, your glutes, your hams, all of that has to be really, really developed all the way down to your calves. So then on my third day, I'll do quads, and then I'll have the off day. So I'm doing 3 on and then 1 off. So then I'll do recovery and all that kind of stuff on that off day as well.
Yeah. Like on your first show, like was your husband was there or any of your family?
Oh, my first show, I had a whole cheering section. Oh my god, like my husband was there, my mom, my stepdad, like I had a big cheering section cuz everyone was in Orlando, so everyone lived there. And
No,
they were
okay.
watching me get ready for my first show. So I had like a big loud cheering section for sure. No, it was very supportive. I enjoyed it. Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Yeah. I never like went to a bodybuilding show for somebody, but I would see like people like be cheering for like a specific person. Yeah.
Yeah, because they'll have people in the audience to come and see them, especially the ones that have worked really hard. Like most people, everyone works hard, but
Yeah.
especially those first timers, like it's called true novice, where you've never competed before. A lot of
Right.
times they'll have like a really loud cheering section for the first time competitor that's never been on stage.
Yeah. What's it about bodybuilding that you like competing a lot?
I am definitely a type A personality. Like I am very competitive. For me, it started with just lifting in general because mental health is really important to me. So that's the reason why I started lifting in the first place, because
Mm.
I use it as therapy and mental health and things like that, because like I said, I'm a veterinarian. And for those that don't know, veterinarians are number one, number two for suicide rate. So I'm really, really big advocate for mental health.
Yeah.
So whatever I can do to protect myself mentally, that's what I had to do. And fitness and working out became my outlet outside of my job.
Yeah. Wait, you get stressed out like with the taking care of animals or something?
So when it comes to mental health with veterinarians, it's a big part of it is empathy. So
Oh.
unfortunately, veterinarians are the lowest on the list for respect factor when it comes to doctors.
Mm.
So we've had a lot of issues even after during the pandemic and after the pandemic, it like skyrocketed with like the disrespect, the rudeness, kind of being expecting more than what you want to receive. A lot of it is pretty much the nitty gritty is we don't get paid enough to be
Yeah.
treated badly.
Right.
We're the lowest paid doctors. We're the least respected. All of that. So it's like a combination of being empathetic and caring about your pet, but people also backfiring that on you when people can't afford pet care or can't afford things, which is becoming a bigger issue where they have these pets but they can't afford them. Then they turn that on you and say, hey, you don't care about the pets, or you care about the money. Half the time we're not really in control of how much things cost, but
Mm.
unfortunately you're the person that has to receive all of that negativity and that type of negative self-talk. So I've done multiple like conversations and talks about this in the veterinary space as a speaker as well. Just because I want other veterinarians to learn how to deal with their mental health better so that suicide doesn't become the outlet, because usually people become suicidal when issues and things keep piling up, piling up, piling up, and then they feel like no one cares about them or no one is there to listen, when a lot of times there are. But when you feel like you're the weight of all the things are always piling up on top of you, when you don't release those things and you don't let it go and you just keep letting it build up, that is where people become suicidal or they become depressed or anxious or all the different things that can happen. So finding an outlet like fitness or whatever the case is what's important for anybody. It doesn't have to be a veterinarian. Anyone that has things that pile up or build up. You don't have to be a competitive bodybuilder. It could just be movement and fitness or knitting, like whatever the case is. So I'm really, really passionate about that just because it saved my life and helped me come back to who I was. And being overweight and all of those things, they affect you. And once I regained my life, regained my confidence, got myself back, then being competitive was an easy next step because I was in that headspace where I was like, you know what? I can do hard things. I can do this really hard thing. Yes, and this extreme hard thing, but unfortunately, I'm an extremist, and I feel like I've noticed that most bodybuilders and competitive bodybuilders, the competitive ones, are more in that like extremist headspace. Like I've noticed I've been heavy on the STEM people, like science, technology, IT, veterinarians, doctors. I've noticed over the years as I've been in the space, a lot of the competitors and a lot of the bodybuilders and the pros, they're all in like the medical field, or they're like
Yeah.
high thought process individuals, because it just kind of goes in line with that headspace of like extremists. I'm like, well, I don't know why, but it just seems like for us a lot of times, like I'm a chronic learner, just a lot of us, I guess, because we just were in school and we are just always have that what can I do next mentality, but we have to find a way to have that what can I do next headspace in a safe way.
Yeah. I mean, wow. I didn't really know you guys was going through that. I just that's crazy. Like, wow. Yeah, but now that you explain it, wow. Like, how long you were studying to be a veterinarian?
8 years, doctor, 8
8 years.
years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Same doctor, MD, 8 years, dentist, 8 years. The same way you're like, hey, how long does it take? Again, that's that mentality of like a veterinarian is a lower doctor. It's not even like you do it on purpose, but it's like people don't think that a veterinarian is a doctor, but it's still a doctor. It's just we're a doctor of pets, and getting into vet school is harder. Studying for the test are harder because you have to learn multiple species, multiple animals. Even MDs would say, hey, being a vet and becoming a vet is harder than me because I only have one species. You got like a lot of species to learn.
Mm.
So I do appreciate that when MDs actually realize that it's not easier.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. James Henry said facts 100%. Yeah. How far do you see? I don't know if it's early, but I just asked. But how far do you see yourself competing?
um well, I'm in the masters world now, so my joints and aches and pains definitely play a factor. I'm not a young buck like, a lot of these competitors. So I definitely and want to push it as hard as I can while my body is allowing me to. The goal, of course, is a pro card. I want to get my pro card, so that's what I'm aiming for. When that happens, hopefully sooner than later. But the good thing is I am masters, which means I'm over 35. So masters competitors, there's different categories as far as like age brackets. So
Mm-hmm.
35 plus, 40, 45, 50, whatever. So now that I'm in that master space, I can go to like different nationals to get my pro card in that master space. Unfortunately, sometimes when you win like as a master versus open, there's like a little bit of like, oh, that's not as good as getting it in open. I don't care. I don't
Yeah,
I don't care about all the like drama about you getting it open versus, oh, you got it in the old people category, type of thing. So
yeah,
um I'm not with all the like all that drama. Like if I ever do a pro show, cool. If I don't, cool. Like of course I'll go on if I do it and then I become a pro and I do pro shows. If I ever become an Olympian, I don't really care if I become an Olympian. I can just do it just to do pro shows and have some fun. And I just like the whole everything about competing and just getting ready for the show. And I think that's the difference between my headspace now versus before. Before it was like, oh, I want to do a bodybuilding show, and that was the goal. But then once that goal happened, that happens to a lot of people. Then it's like they go into show hole where they go into that like, what's next? I don't know what to do. Like, and then that's where the depression and all that stuff comes in, because you got so, it was more like a bucket list item, and now it's like, oh, now what do I do? And a lot of people get stuck into those headspaces too. So once I adjusted like my why a little bit better, because my why was not really strong. Like, why am I doing this? It was just like, oh, I want to do a show. But now my why is, no, it started with fitness and taking care of myself and my health, and how was I feeling, and did I like what I saw in the mirror, and do I like, my body? So that was a big adjustment too, because that first show I was tearing myself up a lot, and I'll see a lot of other competitors, they tear themselves down like, oh, I don't look good enough, I don't look this, I don't like that. And then all that negativity, they just stay in such bad headspaces that they don't enjoy the process, and they're just so like, oh, I'm not going to be ready, oh, I don't look good enough. And that was where I wanted to not be again. I'm like, I don't ever want to be comparing myself to other people, worrying about all of that. But I wanted to make sure like I loved what I saw in the mirror. I loved my body. Like, even when I, you know, got past that point where I gained the weight, lost the weight, gained the weight again. When I got ready this last time, I loved what I saw in the mirror. Even when I was 40, 50 pounds heavier a year ago, I loved what I saw in the mirror, and I love myself. I look back at pictures, I was like, she was still confident. Even though she was 40 pounds heavier, she was confident. And that's when I knew like I had adjusted my headspace, where I saw myself in the mirror and I thought I was beautiful no matter what. And that was really, really important for me to love myself in whatever stage of prep I was in, so that regardless of when I get super lean, I can reverse out of that. Because once you're lean, you got to reverse, you got to come back
Yeah.
to it. So and a lot of people struggle once you gain that weight back, and that's when people go right back into those negative headspaces. So I'm like, no, I'm gonna love whatever stage I'm in, because that super lean is not sustainable. That's not a place that you can live in. It's not safe. So that's just for stage. It lasts like 20 minutes, an hour. Like, once
Yeah.
you eat, it's gone. So that was where I wanted to be. And I'm definitely locked in headspace wise. Like, I'm so far from who I was like 4 years ago. So that's when I knew I was ready to really do it all the way this time, because I'm starting to think like a pro and not think like an amateur.
What was this like natural? Like what you was
Oh, my
doing?
first show, 100%. I was 100%
Oh,
natural. I know
okay.
nothing
Yeah,
about no
you look
PEDs.
natural. Yeah, you look
I ain't know nothing
natural.
about no PEDs. I ain't know nothing about no nothing. No, I lost all that weight from some fat burners and some carnitine and whatever I could find over the counter. I knew nothing about any of that stuff. So, and this time around, like, the thing is, my genetics and my body and the way my family is built, they have the genetics to put on the muscle. And that's the beautiful thing. Like, I can put on muscle and I can also put on fat. So that's where my genetics live. So it's a blessing and a curse, because I know if I put my mind to it, I can put on the muscle, but I can get fat too. So now that I know that, I focus more on like the fact that I can use my genetics to build where I need to build. And I'm not against PEDs, but I'm more of like, does it make sense at that time? Because I know that I did that naturally. I lost 70 pounds naturally, and I built my weight and my muscle up over the last 4 years naturally. I've had coaches, that will try to sprinkle stuff here and there, but I've never really taken anything long enough to cause an effect, because I just didn't trust it. So, and I just didn't I was really untrusting of like performance enhancement, and especially if it's something I don't understand and I don't understand why I need it, or it doesn't make sense. I'm not going to just put it in my body. So it took me some time. And honestly, the last 4 years, I'm like, yeah, it might take me a long time to grow, but I mean, I grew naturally. But I'm not saying I'm not gonna use PEDs, but I'm
Yeah.
more or less like, okay, now I'm like, does it make sense to use it at certain times? And now that I understand more about it, and I became, certified personal trainer, and I get a little bit more understanding about the whole process and bodybuilding and competitive and things like that. Now me and my coach, we're like right there. Like, this is the best coach I've ever had. Like, we're like locked in. He's right there, like listening, paying attention, like everything like that. So I'm excited because he's on the same page with me. I'm like, my genetics can do a lot. So as much as we can like push my genetic potential, and then if we got sprinkle at the end, like do it the right way. I'm like, I'm not saying no. I'm just saying, like, let's see how much my body can do by itself. And my right now my body's doing what it needs to do. So we're gonna keep on that train and let it do what it can do naturally.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Like, what's your coach name?
His name is Eric. He's
Oh,
local.
Albert. Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Oh, that's cool.
yeah. He's
Like,
smaller. Like, I made it. That was another thing. Coaching was rough. Like, trying to get like that coaching situation was really rough for me over the last 4 years, because I definitely had a lot of PTSD and a lot of like um not so wonderful situations, just because I was new to the sport and I really didn't know like how to pick a coach and all of that. So this last go around, I've definitely been through the ringer when it comes to coaching, but I knew now. Before, I was kind of like that, whatever you say mentality, and I would just go with it. But then I realized, like, I know my body pretty well, and if I'm with someone that's like not listening, like, hey, this is what's going on with my body, like this is usually what happens, or this and this, and you kind of like don't want to hear it, or you don't, want to have my input about what I actually know about my body, then that's a little bit of a red flag to me. Or if you don't want to explain things, or can't really like give me enough information or communicate well, those things are really important to me. And I'm realizing when I picked a coach this time, like, I know now like what my triggers are, and communication is a big trigger for me now that I know, like, I need someone that can communicate well. I'm not gonna bother you or like, blow up your phone or anything, but I just need like clear communication. I don't need like all of the glitz and glam. I kind of went with someone that wasn't with all the glitz and glam, and they still had quality athletes, but they weren't like, shouldn't say it like that, sounds bad, but they weren't like flashy about it, if that makes sense.
like what kind of plans does he give you? Like,
Huh?
what kind of plans like does he give you, like for
Oh no,
like
he does the whole thing. He
dieting?
gives me like meal
Oh,
plans. He's gonna do like nutrition, training, kind of like all of that. He does like all the nutrition, everything like that. In person posing, like we'll check in with each other and all that in person too. Just because the good thing is, I also wanted someone that's a little bit more local, so I went more on the local side, just so if I wanted to see you in person, or you could see my body physically in person, we could do that too. So that was another factor. I wanted to keep it more local-ish, where I didn't have to go too far either.
oh, you're in Florida, or
Yes.
oh, okay. Like you know, like what regional shows that's there for
Oh, I
you
know every
to
show in Florida. Yeah, I live in Miami now. I used to live in
okay.
Orlando, so I used to go to all the Orlando shows. Now I'm starting to get used to like the South Florida shows. These are newer for me. I've seen them online, but it's kind of cool because I get to go to shows I've never been to before. Like a lot of Miami shows I've never been to, so that was cool. I went to the Miami Pro Am a couple weeks ago. That was nice. So it's cool, like going to different, because they do it a little bit different than Central Florida. So,
Yeah, I'm in New York City, so like I
oh
would
yeah,
have
you in the
to.
Northeast. Did you go to Universe? That was this past couple of
Yeah,
days.
that's where yeah, I just came from that's the show that I went to.
Jersey.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It
yeah,
was
yeah.
nice. It was nice.
Well, you went
It's
to a
just
national
a
show. Those people getting pro cards.
yeah, they yeah, a lot of them got they broke. Well, not I ain't gonna say a lot, but
There was a
some
lot.
got
I
they
mean,
broke.
100. They gave
It
out
was
like
a lot.
160 pro cards over 3 days.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, I ain't good at math, so
Well, that
it,
show is over 3 days, so
oh
they give
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So they split it up because there's
yeah,
so many competitors. They split it up over three
yeah.
days.
Yeah, they had the I wanted to go to to the women's physique and women's figure, but I couldn't go, so I had
Yeah.
to pick the wellness fit model and bikini. So, but it
Yeah.
wasn't too
Yeah. Yeah.
bad. Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. It's so long.
Do
They had to break it up.
yeah. Do you pay attention to the men or?
Oh, wow, 100%, 100%.
Um,
I love open. I went to Olympia last year, in Vegas. It was really
yeah.
nice. I loved it.
Okay.
Yes, it was great. It was by accident because we had a hurricane, so we had to get Hurricane Milton was coming and we had to get evacuated. So we're like, well, if we got to get evacuated, and it happened to fall on Olympia weekend, so we took a long road trip across the country from Florida to Vegas to go to Olympia because we had nothing else to do.
Yeah, that's cool. That's
Yeah, yeah. So no, I love
yeah.
men's open. I love classic physique. The whole Sebum crew. He definitely grew up classic. Where now it's such a big thing. He retired right in time for it to become. It blew up.
Yeah.
And then men's physique is starting to get a little bit more recognition. I know they was struggling for them to get more recognition, but men's physique is starting to get a little bit more love. I think they get more love when they got all the drama, like the competitors be like having drama amongst each other, and then it
Yeah.
brings hype.
I
So
wouldn't know.
usually
I don't.
open
Yeah.
brings the hype. So now
Yeah.
that open is not the only category that brings the hype, because open brings the hype and then they get the big bucks. So now the other categories like, hey, like we deserve to get more money. So now they trying to bring their own hype so they can get their money up.
Yeah. I know they get paid a lot, so they get.
Yeah.
I know, like
Yeah.
they some of them they get paid 100,000 for
Man,
like
I think yeah, I think Arnold for the Arnold he increased his to like 750 for open for next year.
750. Yeah. Yeah.
750. He just announced it a couple months ago. I was like, "Yee."
How do you
So
feel? How do you feel about the ladies like in other divisions?
I mean, they claim that it doesn't bring as much money, but since wellness came on the scene, it's been a whole lot more viewage and a whole lot more love in the bodybuilding space for women because everybody trying to look at the butts and the glutes and the hams
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the
It's
yams.
yeah.
So it's definitely bringing way more people into at least looking into the bodybuilding space on the women's side.
Yeah. Do you like who do you like though? Like is there somebody particular you like?
For which category?
Any category.
Oh, I love current Mr. O. I love Samson Dowda. I love him, love him, love him. I'm so glad that he won. I'm so glad they changed the shape for open because they're more
Okay.
tapered now and they just have a beautiful shape. Kind of like they're going back to like that classic open look. Cause before like the open men were like more big chest and like boxy waist and now they're cutting their waist back down and making it look really nice. So I love the way open looks right now.
Yeah. You,
Um
you
and
sound like you like the men more than the women.
I love the women too, but I'm saying
Oh,
like the men's category, like I love open just because I didn't like the
yeah.
bigger, bigger waist look. I didn't like that. My husband could
Oh.
easily do men's open, so maybe that's why I like it because he's big like that. He could do men's open, but
He, he
huh?
doesn't want to be on stage. Now I was going to ask like
Man, everybody asks him all the time because he is big. Like
yeah.
he could easily be men's open, 250 pounds stacked, like
Yeah.
in a minute. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Picture of him.
yeah. That
That's
was a little
him
while
when
ago.
he
He's smaller than that. He didn't cut down like another like 25, 30 pounds. So he's
okay.
starting to get all chiseled and stuff now.
Yeah, yeah. Like which one
Yeah.
is this current one? Like that is that the
On the
before
right.
on the
That
right?
left is when he
Oh,
was
okay.
young. He was like 19,
Yeah,
20. He was
yeah. I
tiny.
figured. Duh. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. No, he was little. He grew himself naturally, like just by learning and the internet, just over time.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He looked like he could get up there. Yeah, yeah. So we got some guests. We got all the ways George Page. Most people prefer banana hammocks and board shorts.
I mean, I don't mind men's physique, but I like the men's physique competitors who work legs. That's Yeah. Because the ones
Yeah.
with with the big chest and the little skinny legs, like that's why they changed the shorts,
Mm,
because they had the shorts that like used to graze the knee so you couldn't see the quads at all. Now they
mm,
switched to shorts where you have a couple of inches above the knee, because they want to be able to see your quad a little bit and make sure you're actually working your legs, because you need to be still a complete package even if we're not judging your legs.
yeah.
So I like that they adjusted that, because the men's physique guys were not hardly training legs, and I'm like, no, 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 we need you to still train legs.
Mm,
So yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I like men's
yeah.
physique lately because it's been like all the drama with like the top competitors. I think I like that Aaron is coming back. He's definitely been more humble, which is nice to see, because he was starting to get a little beside himself. Brandon's still one of my favorites though. Brandon Hendrickson. He's back this year. So we'll see how that lineup ends up, and see if Brandon can get it back or if Aaron can get it back. We'll see what happens. We'll see. Um
Yeah.
and classic is kind of a toss up now. Everybody's looking at classic because C-Bum retired. So
Yeah.
it's whoever's up in the air. Figure, I love figure, but Sid, he retired too. So now we got
Yeah.
figures open. Like whoever wants to take it, it's about to be a showdown for figure too, because Sid retired. And Andrea and them. Yeah, no, I love all the categories. I love all the Olympians. I follow all the Olympians. I know, I keep up with all of them. So I love all of bodybuilding, not just the women or the men. Like I like everyone. I like Andrea. Andrea does a beautiful job for women's bodybuilding. I don't know
Right.
how she does it, but she makes women's bodybuilding look beautiful. Like she don't look too big or too,
Yeah.
and
Everybody
I
say
guess in
that.
in my
Yeah.
opinion, she looks beautiful. Like even when she's on stage, I'm like, I don't know how she make this much muscle look pretty, but she does.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everybody says that about her.
she does.
Yes.
She makes it look beautiful. I'm like, oh, I feel like, how does she make it look so pretty? Like that's a lot of muscle, but she make it look good. Yeah.
Yeah. Switching. He says switching from Big Ramy to Samson.
Oh, you think so? I don't know. Samson's been quiet. He just working. He got time. But Big
Yeah.
Ramy got to be able to get into the country, because you got to be able to get in right now, because I think that's the big issue right now. Like Big Ramy and some of them that might not be able to get into the country. So that could play a big factor in like who's actually competing, because a lot of them come from other countries.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you like the international ones, like in Europe?
Yeah, yeah. The Portugal big big, I forgot the name of it. Evolution was this like today actually.
Yeah, I
That's a
think I
cool
seen that.
show.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah, that's
seen
a cool
some
one,
of
especially
them.
for wellness. That one's really cool because they have like the little spinning stage, which is cool. They're the only ones that do that. But the Europe shows are good representation, but not really good representation, because a lot of the judges from here are going over there to help them, because the way they judge over there is not exactly how it's over here. So when they went over there and then come to America for Olympia, they're not placing well. So
Mm,
they're trying to get it a little bit more cohesive, because at least for certain categories they're a little bit harder or bigger, and then they come over here and they're not placing well, because that's not the full standard that is expected for like Olympia, so they have to kind of work through that.
for somebody that's a novice, you know a lot, a bodybuilder.
I've been watching it for a very long time. I've been watching,
Oh,
especially my category specifically. I've studied
yeah,
it very closely. That's why my physique is looking like the way I want it to look, because I know the category like frontwards, backwards, the whole thing. And they changed it a few times, because the category's only been here since like what, 4 years,
yeah,
and it
yeah,
switched. It switched like every year almost. But this recently, in the last year and a half to 2 years, it's in a place where I actually like the way it looks. So then I was like, okay, I'll come back, because the girls were starting to get too big and too and I wasn't trying to look like that. So I didn't really, it wasn't really pushing me to want to go back to try, because I'm like, I'm not trying to push my body to be that big. Like I don't want to, because of what I'm like, y'all pushing a lot of stuff to try to look like that, and I'm like, nah.
Yeah,
So I wasn't really into it, and now that they've tapered it down and they've been judging more, like we want it to be like smaller and not so big on not having excessively big glutes and excessively big quads and all of that, which was starting to happen. They've tapered down the look, like this is what we want you to look like, and everyone's starting to follow in line. I'm like, okay, good, because it was starting to look weird. So
yeah, yeah. Do you kind of like how do you see like bodybuilding in the future, like with all
I mean, it's
these
always gonna
divisions?
evolve. It's just gonna
Yeah,
keep evolving. Even like fit model, people are like fit models. This is how it looks like right now, but it's new. So people are already saying
yeah,
like fit models gonna evolve once they kind of figure out what the standard's gonna look like. It's gonna change a little bit until they figure out like a sweet spot.
yeah. Um, I I love Andrea. That's why they call her Miss Pretty Muscles.
She
And
is so beautiful. I love Andrea. I really do.
he says now the push fit model. Yeah, they
Yeah.
didn't look too bad. I mean, the fit models,
The fit model pros that are coming out look good. They look good. They
yeah,
look clean. They look polished. I like the look. I like the final look that they're coming with.
yeah. And you're a personal trainer also. I think
I
I heard
do.
this.
I don't really advertise it a lot. I mainly
Yeah,
did it because I had a lot of people asking me for like nutrition advice and training advice and things like that. But I'm not a person like I don't like to just like give out information without knowing or understanding fully what I'm talking about. So I went and got my NASM CPT certification, finishing nutrition. And I'm also gonna get the physique and bodybuilding cert as well, just so I have a full spectrum, one for myself and for other people. I never want to do bodybuilding coaching, just PSA, not interested. No, it's too complicated. We helped one friend get to the stage one time, like a couple months ago, and it was just so stressful. He was doing men's open, and we got him to look pretty good, but we kind of came in at a time where his prep was falling apart, and it was just a lot. But we were able to help him bring the best package he could as a masters. He did pretty well. He placed second in a few spots, and I mean, overall, for what he went through and the package he was able to bring, we were still proud of it. And we were like novice trying to help him get through it. But we by no means after that we were like, I do not want to do competition prep. It's just a lot. So I'm more of like lifestyle coaching, helping people kind of get their stuff back together and get their mindset right, help them with nutrition, workout, stuff like that. But no competitive, no.
yeah. The way you're telling me, it seems like it's best for you to do lifestyle coaching because a lot of people.
No, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Like even me as
Yeah,
a competitor, and I watch. I'm like, no, no, you got
yeah,
it. It's hard. It's hard.
yeah. Yeah, because I wouldn't want to be a bodybuilder. I mean, I'd rather be a spectator than to,
Yeah,
because, yeah, because it looked kind of stressed out. I mean, and
yeah.
that thing I
Especially
would
show
say,
day. It's just so much on show day. It's just a lot. It's a lot. It's a
yeah,
lot.
yeah. Have you like helped somebody like with their diet at one point?
Say it one more time.
Have you ever helped somebody with their diet? Like you have a client that help with the
No, that's what we
diet?
did. Like we did that for him a couple months ago. Like me and my husband, we like helped him because Joseph understands and we both understand. So we kind of helped
No,
him along the
no,
way.
no,
But
outside
that was a one
of a
time. That was
bodybuilder.
a one time thing.
Oh, he's the only one. Oh, like he's the only client you had.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was
I
just an
got you.
accident. That was an
Oh,
accident, a freebie. That was just like helping a friend. Yeah,
no, I got you. I got you.
yeah,
I
yeah.
got you. So
And
what?
now people
So,
like always asking us like, y'all should do it. Y'all should. I'm like, no, no, no. That was a lot.
yeah.
Yeah.
So what's like the months gonna ahead gonna be like for you?
I'm just kind of in like a pre-prep stage. Like I'm just getting my body re-optimized, which is good. Working on my metabolism, which is going great. Just losing
Yeah.
body fat right now, and then once I'm in a good spot, we're gonna probably go for a show. Hopefully, since things are moving, I might be able to do a show by the end of the year.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for giving me your time and really appreciate it.
Of course. course. Of course. It's
Yeah,
been fun. Of
yeah,
course.
yeah. So let me let you go, and yeah, really appreciate you. And do you have any last words of advice for people that want to lose weight or?
Just be consistent, honestly. Just be consistent, stay on top of it, never give up. That's the biggest thing I would say. I've had ups and downs over the last 4 years. I've gained weight, lost weight, gained weight, lost weight. But the main thing is like just don't give up on yourself. Don't stop. For me right now, the mindset is like just keep pressing forward. Don't think less, move. Like that's literally what I've been doing. People are like, how are you been so consistent? I'm like, I'm just focusing on day one at a time. Like just focus on the day, get to the next day, and it's a wash. That's literally what I'm doing.
Yeah, always George Pace says good night, doctor.
Thank you.
All right, have a good evening.
Thank you. All right, have a good one. Thank you for having me.
All right, no doubt.